On one side is the v-strom family. For the last 15 years, the 1000 v-strom has been launched in 2002 and the 650 v-strom in 2004. They have never been the prettiest, the fastest or even the most sophisticated of the dual-purpose bikes. However, they built their success by being a dependable and affordable proposition for the free-spirited and pragmatic biker looking for a go-everywhere do-everything hassle-free set of wheels. On the other side is the Suzuki 250 Inazuma, a cheap commuter that is supposed to last forever, easy to run, light on fuel and very cheap to maintain. Mix the two and you have the new Suzuki v-strom 250. The V is there for marketing reasons, as the new bike features the Inazuma's parallel twin. The proportions of the bike have a certain sense of harmony and the bike features Suzuki's off-road DNA, with the peaky front nose inherited from the Dr. 750 Big Era and the yellow colors from the RM family. The big and very round headlight looks curious at first sight, but once you've stepped back, it looks the part. The windscreen is fairly tall, the bike height sits at 1,295 mm. The engine has been slightly revamped with a bit of work in the combustion chamber area, as the port section on the intake valves have been redesigned to optimize thermal efficiency. The target was to improve the torque and reduce emissions. The engine is Euro 4 compliant, delivers 18.4 kilowatts at 8,000 revolutions per minute and 23.4 Newton-meters at 6,500 revolutions per minute. The new Suzuki should be good for beginners. The Kawasaki Versys X300 offers better performance with 29.3 kilowatts and so does the BMW G310 GS with 25 kilowatts. The Honda delivers the same output as the Suzuki, with a single-cylinder engine. However, 18.4 kilowatts from the v-strom is enough to get speeding fines, flat out. The little Suzuki shows a steady 140 km/h plus on the digital speedo. Incidentally, the display is easy to read and quite comprehensive, with the gear position, fuel gauge, fuel consumption, shift light, clock plus oil change reminder. Being in an upright position, the windscreen offers more than decent protection and is good enough to deviate the wind from the shoulders of a tall rider. With a curb weight of 188 kilograms, the Suzuki v-strom is rather on the heavy side. It's heavier than a mid-sized dual-sport bike such as the Yamaha XTZ 660 Tenere, and also heavier than its competitors, 169 kilograms for the BMW, 175 kilograms for the Kawasaki and 157 kilograms for the little Honda. However, the exhaust, being in the low position, helps to maintain a low center of gravity and combined with the category's lowest seat height, 800 mm, the Suzuki is just so easy to ride. The handlebars might feel a bit narrow to dual sport standards, but the Suzuki accommodates any kind of body shape with the same ease. Speed is obviously not, but it can gently cruise on B roads at 90 km/h at 7,000 revolutions per minute in sixth, and despite its modest capacity, 248 cubic centimeters, the engine has a long stroke character, 53,5 by 55, 2 mm, and does not feel underpowered as the rider is always working within the torque band. The narrow tires, 110/80 by 17 front, 140/70 by 17 rear, ensure great agility and while cornering, the v-strom 250 does not feel so heavy. The suspensions work quite well, not too firm and not too floppy. The brakes, 290mm disc at the front with 2 piston calipers, 187mm disc at the back with a single piston caliper, while not being particularly sharp, are good enough regarding the overall performance. The ABS made by Bosch is good and is not too sensitive on bumpy surfaces. And the last good news comes from the tires. The IRC Roadrunner has good grip on dry tar, although the brand does not have a great reputation on wet roads. For us, we couldn't tell as we enjoyed what the locals called Spanish weather during our trials, which happened to be located near to Silverstone in the UK. While IRC also manufactures more orientated off-road tires, the 17 inches front wheel is obviously a limitation to proper off-road riding. Ground clearance is only 160 mm and the protection plate under the frame is just made of regular mild steel, nothing that a good stone would not harm. Sticking to easy gravel roads might be a better option. Optional crash bars are not proposed by Suzuki, while heated grips, knuckle guards, center stand, tank bag and a comprehensive set of luggage, 23 liters top case plus a pair of 20-liter side cases, is offered at extra cost. A 12-volt DC socket is standard, located on the LHS of the instrument panel, which is ideal, for example, to power a GPS. While remaining reasonably narrow, the fuel tank capacity is an impressive 17.3 liters. Suzuki claims an official 3.2 liters/100 fuel consumption, but during our test, which was usually at full throttle, we recorded 4 liters/100. However, with a touring mindset, the fuel range should at least reach 500 kilometers. Namibia is just one fuel stop away from Johannesburg. A full week of commuting without one stop at the petrol station is also appealing. In my opinion, I believe the little v-strom will prove to be a great, although low-speed, trans-African traveler.